Friends, gather round. We've got ourselves a real humdinger of a story today. Mexico is taking Google to court. What for, you ask? Well, it's all about a name. Specifically, the name of that big old body of water we call the Gulf of Mexico. Or, as some people apparently want to call it, the Gulf of America. Now I know what you're thinking. John, that's absurd. It's like renaming the Grand Canyon Kevin, or the Rocky Mountains the slightly bumpy plains. And you'd be right. But buckle up, folks, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. This whole thing started with a certain someone who loves putting his name on things, and it snowballed into an international incident. We're talking lawsuits, political posturing, and a whole lot of confusion. So grab your swim trunks and a healthy dose of skepticism, because we're diving headfirst into the Gulf of America debacle. Remember that guy, the one with the spray tan and the Twitter fingers? Yeah, him. Well, back in the heady days of 2025, when the world was a simpler, less lawsuit-ridden place, Donald Trump decided to make his mark on geography. He signed an executive order with a flourish of his trusty Sharpie, declaring that the Gulf of Mexico would henceforth be known as the Gulf of America. Now you might be wondering, what was the rationale behind this bold move? Was there some historical precedent? Did ancient cartographers make a terrible mistake all those years ago? Nope. The official reason, as far as anyone can tell, is that Trump thought Gulf of America had a beautiful ring to it. That's right, folks. The fate of a geographical designation rested on the whims of a man who once thought it was a good idea to buy a professional football team called the New Jersey Generals. Now, you'd think a company like Google, with its vast resources and army of engineers, could resist the siren song of a poorly thought-out executive order. But alas, they, along with other map providers like Apple and Bing, fell in line. Suddenly, depending on where you were in the world and what device you were using, that big blue blob on your screen could be either the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America. Talk about confusing. It's like trying to order a burrito at Taco Bell and getting a cheeseburger instead. Sure, it's still edible, but it's not what you wanted, and it leaves you feeling deeply unsettled. Google, for its part, claims it's just trying to follow official government sources. But when those sources are as reliable as a weather forecast from a magic 8-ball, you gotta wonder if maybe, just maybe, it's time to use a little common sense. This whole Gulf of America business might seem like a silly little spat, but it actually raises some pretty big questions. Questions like, what's in a name? And who gets to decide what we call things? And why is Donald Trump allowed to have access to sharp objects? The lawsuit filed by Mexico is about more than just a name on a map. It's about sovereignty, respect, and the power of language to shape our understanding of the world. It's about standing up to bullies, even when those bullies happen to have really bad spray tans. So, the next time you're looking at a map, take a moment to appreciate the names we use and the stories they tell. And if you ever find yourself face to face with Donald Trump, for the love of all that is holy, hide the Sharpies.